Welcome to the channel. Today's topic is the Fi-Fi timer as monostable circuit. Now, in the previous topics, we have seen that the Fi-Fi timer behaves as a time delay circuit and as a pulse generator. So now we are going to see next how it is behaving as a monostable type of timer. So we are taking the help of Fi-Fi timer. The basic monostable circuit will be explained further. So in the diagram we are going to see all detailed part of it. In this form, the Fi-Fi timer will produce a single pulse of predetermined width when a negative going pulse is applied to the trigger input. We have to note that the three inputs are in C in and D serve to limit the differentiate the applied pulse. In this way, a very narrow pulse will result, which reduces the possibility of false triggers. To see how the circuit works, we will refer the waveforms after the diagram. So basically, monostable circuit will produce a pulse of definite width, and the main function of the circuit is to have the production of a monostable pulse generator. So we are going to see the connections. The Fi-Fi timer as monostable circuit. We have the Fi-Fi timer with 8 pin connections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are connecting the circuit in the following manner. Output is obtained at terminal 3. 6 and 7 are the resistor and capacitor combination connected through the VCC, and in the input terminal of number 2 we are connecting diode and resistor Rin with the help of a capacitor, which is the Cn. So this has the trigger input, and to the terminal 5 we are connecting a 10 nanofarad capacitor. So this forms the circuit connection for generation of a pulse for a definite period. The definite period determined by the RC connected in terminal 6 and 7. Now from this waveforms we are going to see V trigger. We are obtaining V out and Vc. So we are using the comparators which compares the two signals, trigger threshold, and is provided through the flip-flop. Whether it is low or high is decided, and further it is applied to the inverting amplifier, which decides the output magnitude. So here we have in the input V trigger. So in the V out we see a pulse of magnitude T out, and Vc, that is capacitor voltage, is determined by 2/3 of VCC. So we are seeing capacitor charging, but we have to see the basic V out magnitude of the graph, so which is the T out in this case. So this T out is the pulse generated by monostable Fi-Fi timer. Now assume that the output of the Fi-Fi is initially low. This implies that the discharge transistor is on shooting the timing capacitor C. A narrow low pulse is applied to the input of the circuit. So this will cause the trigger comparator to change its state, firing the flip-flop, which in turn will cause the output to go high and also turn off the discharge transistor. At this point, C begins to charge towards VCC through R. When the capacitor output reaches 2/3 VCC, the threshold comparator gives firing, setting the output low and timing of discharge transistor. This drains the timing capacitor and the circuit is ready for application of a new input pulse. Note that without the input wave shaping network, and trigger pulse must be narrower than the desired output pulse. So now we get the T out equation, which is 1.1 RC. So this forms the explanation of the waveform generated, which we have seen previously. So basically we are taking the V out waveform because the function of the trigger 5/5 timer circuit is to generate the T out signal. But since we have to know the magnitude of C, which is towards VCC through R when the capacitor reaches 2/3 VCC, this determines the value of T out. So we are taking into consideration the charging point because T out finally decided by the value of R and C. Now the main thing is to note that value of VCC does not enter into the equation. It only decides the capacitor charging and discharging. This is because comparators are always comparing the input signal to specific percentages of VCC rather than specific voltages. Now here we see that value of VCC does not enter means here VCC has no impact on T out equation. So whether what is the value of VCC is not the bother. Finally, why we are taking into consideration, because always we see that when capacitor voltage reaches 2/3 VCC, the threshold comparator fires. This is the main operation of it, setting the output low and turning on the discharge transistor. So in this way we see the working with the help of the circuit diagram and waveforms and the equation of the output pulse width, the 5/5 timer as a monostable operation. Now from this discussion we come to know that why it is called a 5/5 timer, because it is using the 555 IC and how it is behaving as a monostable circuit. So since it is generating one output pulse of width T out equal to 1.1 RC, it is called as monostable operation. Now in this way we have discussed 555 timer. The various application of 555 timer is used for various applications where time delay is required and where the magnitude can be fixed. The 5/5 timer along with it also provides many delays and pulse output generation in the circuit. Similarly, in the previous studies we have seen the topics of comparator, which is beneficial for understanding this topic. Then the main introduction of 5/5 timer. So with that help we may study the further part, advanced part of it. Next we are going to see that how the 5/5 timer is having no impact on VCC. So this is just because VCC has to reach 2/3 of value VCC to make the comparator threshold fire. Since we know that comparators are having input as threshold trigger input and it compares both signal and gives you the output. So depending upon whether it is low or high. So first setting the output low and turning the discharge transistor makes the output pulse available. So with this we conclude that we have studied the 5/5 timer. So monostable operation is also explained without the main ingredient of 5/5 timer, but this is